So this is part 2 of Behind the Scenes of Plain Devil, and as you'll notice, the first episode was in August, and now that's 2011, and now it's already June. So it's almost been a year. There's been a lot of things happening in my life. I lost my mother, and I also lost my cat that I had for about 20 years, and we moved. We had a big move, so there were a lot of things in my life that happened. I had to push off production, and that's the way it goes sometimes, especially with no budget independent films. And luckily everybody that I worked with that was on board before is still on board now, plus a couple new people, so that's good. And I'm finally in a place in my life where I can focus on this again and continue with the project. So basically I just picked up where I left off. And what I did was I took a look at the script and rewrote some things. I added more scenes for Mama and Papa, more lines, made the movie focus a little bit more on Little Gypsy, and I really like what I added. And then the next step, what I did was I made sure that I had all the key actors and the DP, Jody. I made sure that he was on board and available, and then I went through the script in Celtics and did all the rewrites, and then when I was happy with what I had, I set up for a reading. So I had I invited all the actors, and then all the ones that could make it. It was sort of informal, so it wasn't mandatory. All the ones that could make it came, and we did a read-through of the script. There's a couple reasons why I do that. One, for length, gives you kind of an idea of how long it's going to be. One, to hear the dialogue out loud. Sometimes you might want to change things, like this word repeats too much, or this doesn't sound quite right. One thing I made a change is at the end, Little Gypsy goes through a transformation where she's sort of this new to America, Eastern European. She meets the girls in the gang, goes through like a sort of a makeover, and becomes more Americanized. And then I had this idea that maybe her accent comes back in the end when there's this moment. I had the reading that way. I heard it, I didn't like it at all, so that I'm cutting that and just having her have the Americanized voice throughout the rest of the end. So when I usually do the script, I usually double space everything, and then it comes out to be about a minute a page for timing. In Celtics, it does not automatically double space, and I also left it that way because I wanted to conserve paper. So it's about 2 minutes a page. So when I break the script down, I'm gonna have to break it up by half pages, which is fine. It comes out to be 36 pages long, so I'm guessing that it would be about 72 pages double spaced, and thinking that the whole thing's gonna be approximately 70 minutes. So these are things you want to think about when you're making it, just so you have an idea in case there's a certain length that you want to go for. For me, I feel like it's kind of a bizarre comedy style, so I don't want it to go too long because there's not really a reason. It's supposed to be entertaining and light, and I don't want people to be sitting watching for too long because of the subject matter. That's my point of view. I wouldn't want to sit through a 3-hour comedy, bizarre comedy, but I wouldn't mind for something that's a little more in depth, something that I have to think about a little bit more. That's my personal preference, though. There's not really any rules.